10 accessories for my Tesla that I can't live without. I've owned 3 Teslas at this point and have used these accessories throughout all of them. So I'm pretty confident that you'll like them as well. Also, it is that time of year again, Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, so I'll have everything linked below. Most things fit the 3 and the Y like the same, but if they are different, I'll have the model specific versions linked separately. Lastly, if you're buying from Test Stuff, our Black Friday deal starts today, but only for people watching this video. Code CYBERBF24 for 20% off everything. And I mean everything, along with free shipping on all orders over 200. This is our Black Friday sale. It's not getting better than this, and we're not officially announcing it on the site until I believe Thursday, so you all have like almost a week head start. First up are all the things I put in my car on delivery day, and that delivery day is actually here on the channel, so you can fact check that if you want. All-weather floor mats. Teslas come with really cheap and flimsy cloth floor mats that look great for about 2 seconds. I think we've all been in a car before where someone just left the cloth floor mats and they kind of look awful, especially because like they'll start sticking, the fabrics will start sticking together and it creates hard spots. And if you're in a base model 3, and I think the base model Y, it may just be the 3, you don't even get cloth floor mats. I'm a big fan of XPE mats. They're thinner and lighter than traditional TPE mats while still being just as protective. XPE is also better at noise dampening, which for an EV is what you want because there's no, engine white noise going on. So you just hear a lot more of the road naturally. While also they're just better fitting. Like they actually mold to the car, unlike TPE mats, which kind of just sit there. I also find the top layer weave to be much easier to clean. You can get the standard set, which is just the driver, passenger, and rear passenger, or the extended set, which includes the front trunk well, and for the Model Y, the back of the seats. Or you could just get both sets if you want full coverage. Next up, screen protector. A few months back, Tesla added to the manual to not use screen protectors, which confused some people. Screen protectors are great for protecting your screen from everything that may be going on in the car. You throw a bag in like your front seat, you miss it by a few inches and it clips your screen. You go to put something in the glove box like an iPad and you clip your screen. I'm speaking from personal experience. Screen protectors also provide just a better touching experience thanks to its oleophobic coating and glare reduction if you get an anti-glare matte one. So why did Tesla add to the manual to not use screen protectors? Well, people were buying super cheap $2 to $3 like film screen protectors and putting them on. If you just get a good quality tempered glass screen protector, then you'll be fine. I've been using a tempered glass screen protector for over 3 years now. I've never had a single problem and it has saved my screen multiple times. Next up is my tire inflator, which is always in my car. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. It's compact, can pump up all 4 tires on a single charge, doubles as a battery bank for your phone, and triples as a flashlight. It really is a great little emergency thing to have. Fantech should be running some sort of Black Friday deal on these, so just click the link down in the description, which will take you over to Amazon, and then use this code right here for an even bigger discount and savings. The XA Apex is right in that gift giving price range. And of course, it's not just Tesla specific, like any car with tires could benefit from having this. So maybe get a few and hand them out as like Christmas presents or something. Next up is PPF, which I have had on all 3 of my Teslas. And I personally think it's worth it if you DIY. I have an entire video going over when I did my car in this matte film and it's held up great. Also, I get compliments all the time, especially at night when like street lights hit it, as it gives off this almost metallic sheen like look. I love the way it looks, but it also protects the car. It is a physical barrier and it's the ultimate like paint protection. It's not a ceramic coating or some sort of sealant. No, like it is a physical barrier. Like if you walk up to the car with some steel wool in your hand, you give it a nice scratch, it's not going to do anything to the paint underneath. And in fact, if you actually just sit it out in the sun, those scratches on the film will heal themselves. To get what I had done professionally, it is over $7,000, but with Dry Protected, which is who I used, as they have just like fantastic install videos, it's just over $2,000. Though most people just get the front done in a clear film, as those are like the high impact areas. Professionally, that's around $2 to $3K. That's actually what I had done on my last 2 Teslas. Both times I paid that $2 to $3K price, but from Dry Protected, it's sub $800. And you can use code JMH to get an additional 5% off. I'll have them linked down below. Seriously, I've never touched film before in my life, and I was able to do this. Like, Come on. Tint is up next, as these cars are fish bowls, and as they're an EV, the harder your HVAC has to work to keep the car cool, the less efficient you'll be. So just get tint. I can't give you a direct recommendation on percentage, as every state is different with like different tint laws. However, assuming you get a good tint like XPEL XR Plus is what I have and what I just recommend, the darkness doesn't matter, as it'll still block the same amount of heat. I've had 35%, 20%, 5%, and just everything in between. The most popular tint darkness that I see Tesla owners get is 20 to 30% on the sides, on the darker side if you have white interior, just because white interior makes everything look a little bit brighter, and then 70% on the windshield. Now, windshield tint is technically illegal pretty much everywhere in the US, but 70% is borderline invisible. I would recommend just talking to your local tint shop. They'll know what would actually get you in trouble. For example, where I live, they don't care. Like, I know people that have rolled around with 5% for 30, 40 years and no one bats an eye. And last thing about tint, if you're a Model 3 owner, get the entire back glass done, assuming you want to tint the back glass, or at least only go to shops that offer that. If a shop has a big enough plotter and the know-how to do the back glass in one piece, they probably work on Teslas a lot and have a good amount of experience. And if you're spending the premium on really good ceramic tint like XPEL XR Plus, you probably want a shop that knows what they're doing. Next up, organizers. And there's 3, so I'm just gonna bundle them all together right here. Sliding center console and armrests for obvious reasons. Without them, these areas are just gaping holes where everything just gets jumbled up. You can even get ones that have a cutout to feed the wire through if you need to plug something in. This is actually what I have. And a cup holder if you're in a older 3 or Y. The cup holders are way too big and have 0 grip. Plus, if you spill something down in the cup holder, you can just pull it out and clean it. This is actually kind of one of my complaints about the new Model 3. At first, I liked that the cup holders now had grip, like a rubberized grip to it, but they're a little too aggressive. I feel like if they were just a little bigger, they'd be perfect. And I can't take the rubber out. Well, I think I could. It would just be really hard. Where in my old 3, when I had one of these cup holder inserts, it was a good size and I would just take it out and wipe it down. Cleaning supplies are next. Not really accessories, but I get asked how to clean my car all the time. I have an entire in-depth video going over my routine step by step. It's a rinseless wash system that can be done anywhere and is super safe. I'll have all the supplies in that video linked below. Now, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel, you've probably noticed that I've been filming a lot more in my car, which has led to people, or just more people, seeing my radar detector setup. I definitely think this is the cleanest setup that you can have in a 3 or Y. The detector I use is the Uniden R8, which is essentially like the best detector on the market, paired with a blend mount and a wiretap kit. I'll have the Uniden linked below. It is a few years old now, so I've been seeing them on sale more often, but not by much. They're still really, really good, so I don't see them going on like a crazy like crash sale. But if you are looking for something a little bit more cost friendly, the R7, which is the R8's predecessor, is also a good choice. And I have a video here on the channel detailing literally step by step, holding your hand, it's like 30 minutes on how I did the entire hardwire of my radar detector in my car. It still works for the new Model 3, assuming it's made in the States, though the original video was also only for state-made cars. The only difference with the new one is that in the video, when I say to put in an M6 bolt, the new one just already has a bolt there, like Tesla actually finished the car on the new ones. Now, something else I also keep in the car at all times: jack pads. Kind of another rather have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. You need to place the jack pad at the jack points and then you can actually jack the car up. Most shops nowadays have these, so I wouldn't be worried about giving your shop them, though I would still ask just to make sure. But if you want to change your wheels yourself, or you need roadside assistance and whoever comes doesn't have jack pads, well, just throw them in your trunk and forget about them. And lastly, charging adapters. Let's first start with the CCS adapter. Not gonna lie, this thing is kind of an expensive paperweight. It's been like a year and a half since I used it. I think the last time I used it was here on the channel during my Florida road trip like a year and a half ago. This came out and I bought it during that time that we all kind of thought CCS was gonna be the standard plug for North America, but of course we all know how that turned out. However, the only reason I'm even mentioning it is because they're only like $125 now. When I bought mine, it was like $300, And prior to that, they were available in Asia before they came to the US, and people were buying them on eBay for like $600. The J1772 adapter is next. This is the small one that lets you connect to like level 2 chargers. You'll probably use this a lot for public destination charging at like a hotel or something. This is mainly where I use it, is like public charging. Now this should come with the car, but if yours didn't, or maybe you bought like secondhand and they didn't include it, then they're like 50 bucks. Don't forget though that these J1772s don't have a locking mechanism like the standard Tesla plug and the CCS adapter. So you will need what most people have dubbed the Karen lock. It's just a simple little thing that you put in between the adapter and the charger and prevents people from unlatching it. We also got other things like MagSafe phone mounts that go on your dash, animated RGB light strips for the current Y and old 3, and just a whole bunch more stuff that you may be interested in. Don't forget code CYBERBF24 for 20% off everything and free shipping on all orders over 200. Starts today for everyone watching this video, and it will go live for everyone else on Black Friday. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are new around here and want to see more Tesla related stuff in your YouTube feed, then feel free to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.